Hej allihopa! Today's video I am gonna basically do an unhaul of some of these books. I have done one previously, not on camera, but before I moved to the current place I live, and I got rid of about maybe 36 books or something. So I've already kind of have done that previously, and I'm attached to some of these books, okay? I'm attached to them. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna basically go through some of the books that I've kind of already mentally decided that I want to get rid of because I don't have any interest in reading them anymore, so they can find a better home, basically. So, the first book is this one, Star Daughter, which I got from Fairy Loot, I think, and I've heard kind of mixed reviews, and I wasn't super interested in reading it anyway, so I'm kind of just want to give it to someone else who will love it more than I do. Obviously, it's a very nice edition as well. Like, the sign has like some art underneath the dust jacket. I'm just gonna not keep it. Goodbye. I think that's it for the top shelf. The thing is, basically where the camera is where I have rest my head at night when I'm gonna sleep. So I look at this bookshelf a lot and contemplate my choices. So I kind of already, I have an idea of what I want to do. And the next one is this one, which is Arch Nemesis by Marissa Myers. And this is the second book in the Renegade series, I think it's called. And I haven't read the first one, and I got this very cheaply at the old place where I used to work. And because it was like, oh, it's a hardback, it's a nice cover. So I was like, I'm just gonna buy it. And then obviously I haven't finished the first one. So this is just kind of collecting dust. And same thing with the previous book. It's a nice addition. You just want to give it to someone who will care for it more than I will. Oh yes, this one. So the next one is Devil's Thief by Lisa Maxwell. I read the first one, actually, and I didn't like it at all. Well, they had some qualities that I liked, but most of the time I didn't really like it. And I bought this one before I'd even finished the first book because I thought I was gonna love the series because it had a lot of things that I do enjoy. But now this is just collecting dust. And I have been thinking back and forth if I should read it, but also I kind of want to prioritize reading books that I will enjoy, basically. So goodbye. So this one is the second book in the series, Between Frost and Fury. And I have the entire trilogy because I got it before I even read any of the books. And I want to give the first book a try and to see if I like it. Because it's like a sci-fi YA romance, which I like. So I kind of want to give the first one a try. So this is going to be in my maybe pile where I'll maybe read the first 50 or 100 pages to see if I like it. And then if I don't feel a connection, I might just move on and just get rid of the whole series. So I'm going to put this back. So this one is in Swedish. It's translated from Russian. And I read the first one. It's called Metro 2033, I'm pretty sure. And I love the first book in this one. So good. And then when this was released in Swedish, I asked my mom, can you please buy it and send it to me? And she did. And I read the first 72 pages. And did not like it at all. It felt very, very different from the first one, or I just forgotten like how the first one was written. But it felt like completely two different worlds, or like how the character was behaving. He was just very mean to his girlfriend, and I was just like, what is this? I didn't really care. So I'm contemplating whether I should continue to see if it gets better or just give up and just have the memory of the first book and have that live inside my head instead of ruining the book. Oh, and here's the second book, which is a standalone, I think. You can read this without, but the same thing there. I think this follows a different character, so maybe it's better. Shielded by Kaylin Flanders. This was also a Fairy Loot book, and I read the first there's a theme here, 28 pages, and I didn't really feel anything towards the book. It was very mediocre to me, so I might pass this on as well, as it is like a Fairy Loot exclusive edition. I don't think I want to try and read it either. It just didn't capture my attention. Like, the synopsis sounds really good, but it's like a princess who has some magic that's not allowed, and then she meets the prince. I think she's due to marry, and I love that trope. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. Meh. Next. Oh, yes. Here's the first one of Renegades. So yeah, I got this because obviously I already had the second book. I forgot to mention that I got the second book before I got this one. So I got this one, and I got up to page 214, which is quite a lot. But it's just, I did not care at all. You can imagine, like, reading 200 pages and not really caring that much. It just, the thing is, the parents to one of the main characters, Adrian, that was much more interesting to me. I was like, I want to read that story. I don't care about these kids. I want to read about the parents, because that felt more interesting to me. So I'm hoping that maybe the author could like write the prequel. That would be much more interesting. So yeah, I'm gonna give this a pass. Oh well. Goodbye. Thank you. This one, so this is When Sky Fell on Splendor by Emily Henry, who wrote one of my favorite books of this year, Beach Reads. Beach Read. And this is actually an arc that I was given. I think I kept this because I know Kayla from Books and Lala really liked it, so I was like, oh, maybe I'll also read it, but I don't think I have any interest in reading this. I don't even know what it is about. It's like, oh, Kayla liked it, so maybe it'll be good, but here we are like 3 years later or whatever. 2 years, 1 year, a year and a half, almost 2 years, and I haven't read it, so nah. Next book is All Stars and Teeth by Adeline Grace. I also started reading this book, and I was actually gonna DNF this when I got to page 104, because again, I didn't really like the world that much. I didn't really care about the characters. It has some interesting bits, because I think the main character is like a necromancer, and that's how her family like rule the world, or like rule the kingdom that she's in, but then something goes wrong and she has to like get on the run. But it's just, some of the way that it was written I didn't really like. It was very exposition rather than showing me. So yeah, but I love the cover. That's one of the main reasons why I got this, because the cover is really nice. But gotta stop hanging on to these books with nice covers. I'll do 2 books in one go. So these two are both arcs again. The first one is Monsters by Sharon Dogar, and this is basically about Mary Shelley and Frankenstein, so I was really intrigued to read this. So I'm kind of like, maybe I should read the first 50 pages and see if I like it, because I do like Frankenstein. I might just put it on the pile. And then we have We Are Blood and Thunder by Kezia Lupo. And this, I don't even know what it is about. A young woman. Yeah, not gonna keep this. I've had this also since April 2019, probably before that, like a few months before that, so I'm probably never gonna read this. And the next book is Furyborn by Claire Legrand. And this is about two women separated by 100 years before both of them. Again, I've had this for quite a long time. I've heard mixed things about it. Some people really like it. Some people are very mediocre about it. But again, I've had it for quite a long time, and again, haven't gotten into it, and I feel very blasé about it as well. And the next books I just want to briefly mention, because these are books that I've read and I'm gonna get rid of, because that's kind of what I do. If a book doesn't really keep my attention, if I don't give it like 4 or 5 stars, I tend to get rid of them, like by donating to my local charity shop, or like sell them via one of those buy and sell apps where you scan it and then they come collected and you get some money for it. Or on Depop. So yeah, the first one is Loveless by Alice Oseman. I thought this was it was completely fine. I just didn't really like some aspects of the book. So the way that the main characters treated one of her friends, I didn't really like that. But obviously it's a really good representation for A's and RO people. But it was fine. And the next one is Heartbreak Boys by Simon James Green. I read this during the summer, and it was really cute. I read his previous book called Alex in Wonderland, which is also really sweet, but it's kind of like a book that I don't really remember that much from. But yeah, it was a nice, easy breezy read. I will probably check out more of his books when they come out, because I do enjoy reading them, but I just don't feel the need to hang on to it. And the next one is Bunny, which might be a very choice for some people, because I know some people will love this book. I thought I was going to really like it because it kind of has that dark academia feel to it, but it was fine. It was fine. Next one is Persuasion by Jane Austen. This I've been reading for a long time, like years. I read like maybe half of it, and then I paused it for like 3 years, and then I picked it back up again. I didn't like this at all. I don't even like the movie that much. But one of my friends and my mom really liked this book, so I thought, I'd give it a read, because I really like Pride and Prejudice. This was just not for me. I see why people like it, but the next one is The 7 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle by Stuart Turton. I really like this book. I think I gave this like 4 stars, but I don't want to keep the paperback. I want to try and get the hardback, but it's also like a book that, yes, I did enjoy, so technically I should keep it, but in that case I'd rather seek out the hardback, or because I listened to it on audiobook as well, so it's like, it's fine if I don't keep this. I don't think the cover is particularly, it doesn't really strike me, so I'm just gonna pass it on. Next one is Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern, and again, love this book. I gave it like 4 or 5 stars, but I have another edition of it, which is the Waterstones exclusive 10-year edition or whatever. Just got rid of the second copy I had. And the last one is The Binding, which is one of my favorite books of this year. Again, this is the copy that I read, and I have the actual copy over here that I'm gonna keep, which is the hardback, which is gorgeous. So this is just a copy that I read, and I'm just gonna donate it because someone else deserves to read this book, because that's how good it was. So yeah, that's it, I think. Might add some more later, but now I have some more space, which was the purpose of this video, is to create more space on my bookshelf. But thank you for watching. I hope you have a nice new year, and please comment down below what you think of my choices. Are you getting rid of any books to start off the new year? And give us a like, a subscribe, and follow us on all social media. We're Tess and Orlin everywhere. Hejdå! Orlin is just laughing at me. I did work in a bookshop, so I should be able to hold some of these books. I believe in you.